A lot of stuff I did in this year. Completed whole seasons of stuff. Hmm. 2 whole seasons of Tonu. A lot of BS episodes. What's next? What is the next review? You know, the first thing I pick up would be the next review. Wait a second. Seems to be something missing from my PlayStation case here. Missing. It doesn't make any sense. It can't be. Something is not right. Let me go grab some material first. Fully stocked. You know, this is bullshit. What do I say that no one has said already? Probably nothing. But here we go. I haven't even started this review yet. It's been BSing around. I need to get started on this. We have 3 characters in this game. I will start with the first character, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic's gameplay is the same as Sonic Adventure. You blast through his stages, which in turn means his stages are quite versatile. His stages are arranged in some fun, okay, and weird design choices. As for the Blur himself, he is very fluid and familiar to many Sonic players. Even his homing attack is fluid. Granted, it is a large delay from the previous ones where you could just do it rapidly. Now he actually stops for a minute. Still fluid though. The thing though, Sonic has a kick that for the life of me is pointless. Besides that, I like that Sonic gets a few upgrades as well, which can perform various things. I'll tell you what they are. The Green Gem, Tornado Kick. Again, His gameplay is not based off it's not based off of combat, so it's kind of useless. The red gem, slow down time. The blue gem, max speed. The white gem, homing smash. The sky gem, gun drive, grappling hook, pretty much. The yellow gem, a thunder shield. And the purple gem, shrinking infinite jump. Due to the action guide never being correctly implemented for Sonic's gems, the guide never drains, and as a result, the gem's power can be used indefinitely. Okay, back to what I was talking about, which is gameplay styles. He has one more style, but I ain't waiting for it. Your only objective with Sonic is to get to the end of his stages. That is it. You do have a situation where you switch from Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow and Silver. What? Why? That is bass awkward. Why am I using Silver in Sonic's story?
In fact, this is an overall problem with this story. Why am I playing Shadow and Silver in Sonic's story when they are the other characters?
So I guess we can move on now to the graphics. They are a mixed bag. From the word go, Eggman looks so weird. He is not an egg. He is a regular man now. That stuff is jarring as hell. Oh man, that's downright no. Oh, that's nightmarish, people. Come on, guys. It's nightmarish.
Let's get Sonic's story out of the way.
Let's talk about Sonic's story for a moment. He starts off saving Elise, who has an unconditional knack for getting kidnapped.
Don't believe me? Okay. What the hell? When I realized she escaped with Amy before and then got kidnapped, that's when I kind of noticed the storyline started getting messed up. It's almost as if... Why didn't Eggman just lock her up and keep her locked up in one spot? Instead, he kept having her with him.
Out of all three stories, Sonic's is the most simple and basic, except one glaring problem. I don't know, time travel. When done wrong, it looks dumb as hell. Makes you want to punch a small goat. Pretty much, it's Sonic's versus Eggman, and some parts of this game has some Sonic Adventure homages to it. Hell, even the whale returns. Funny thing about this stuff, did you know that Sonic's first level is him chasing the egg carrier on foot? Does he catch it?
Nope!
Oh man, I wish there was a tornado, aka playing to catch that. Fuck!
Let's move on to Shadow.
Shadow is a completely different beast altogether. Were you expecting Sonic Adventure Shadow? Then guess what?
It's like Shadow the Hedgehog.
As much as I like Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, instead of speed, his gameplay is based off of combat. And he gets vehicles to speed him up. With guns. Yep, gun vehicles. Isn't that weird? As much as I really like to shoot enemies with the Chaos Blast and the spears and the multi-hit homing attack, for the life of me, I don't know why they chose this as his attack. Not gonna fight it. Shadow, for the most part, is still fun and has its fun moments. If only some of his levels weren't the same as Sonic's. Like, I don't know, Wave Ocean.
But... Wow, Fang Voice. While that is the case, even though the levels are the same, they...
I'ma let you finish, but Sonic Boom is the best game of all time.
Change depending on the character that you're using in the level. They take a completely different path.
Shadow switches to Rouge and Omega. To be honest, Rouge is kind of awful compared to Sonic Adventure 2, and Omega is okay. But the only time we ever got to use Omega was Heroes, so I can't really base him off of something else. Shadow also gets upgrades. His are chips and shards. His are, as according, the air chip, the Lightspeed Dash, the memory shard, the blue version, which calls Chaos Boost level 1, Chaos Snap. The memory shard red, which also calls Chaos Boost level 2 and Chaos Lance. And the memory shard black, Chaos Boost level 3 and Chaos Blast. Unfortunately, his action bar works, so it would drain fast, by the way.
Before I move on to the next character, Sonic and Shadow does have their spin dash, and they both also switch to the next character, which again is pointless. Why am I using the other characters in the other stories? God, man.
Shadow's story starts off with Shadow working for Gun. Wait, what? Gun. The people that killed Maria in Sonic Adventure 2 and was after him the whole game in Shadow the Hedgehog. Saving that for later. Long story short, Shadow's working for Gun to rescue Rouge from Eggman's base. She was sent to get the Scepter of Darkness, which holds Mephiles the Dark. So here's the scoop on which looks like Shadow and has beef with him. Turns out Shadow goes back in time 10 years to be exact. And is the one to seal him, which means that Shadow has always meant to seal him. But Shadow was at a gun base sealed in a capsule. By the way, Mephiles went into Shadow. By the way, Mephiles went into Shadow, which explains why he looks like Shadow and stayed alive and obviously failed his plan because he's in Silver's time, showing Silver.
Moving on to Silver.
Silver's gameplay is pretty much a puzzle platformer, as his gameplay is not like the others at all. It's based off of psychokinetic powers, which in some instances can be cool as hell. With one glaring problem, he has to slap you first until he gets an upgrade. I'll elaborate on this further. Silver also gets a friend, aka Blaze, who plays like Sonic with fire. She's fun to play with. Of course, you get to switch with Sonic and Shadow again, once more making that pointless.
Okay, moving on.
Silver has his upgrades too. Single layered extreme, hold smash. Power bracelet, grab all, which you're gonna have to use. Heart of the Wind, teleport dash. Shock bracelet, Psycho Shock. Big problem with his is that they use the action bar, except for grab all. I'll get into that later. So his story starts in the bad future, where everything is bad and the whole thing is depressing. Silver and Blaze go to the end of Crisis City to fight a small Iblis. When done, you see a familiar face that tells Silver about the Iblis trigger and shows him Sonic standing in fire there.
Yes, you heard me right. Sonic in fire. That's it. Like, Sonic is standing in fire and then he turns around and it's like, hey, he's the Iblis trigger. Go kill him. What the fuck?
So he goes back in time to kill Sonic. To be honest, I like his story a lot. Maybe because he has to think about if what he is doing is right or wrong. The more he goes after Sonic, the more he realizes he shouldn't kill someone before you know the truth is what I like to think, or pretty much is it right to kill somebody for the sake of a good future? Also, Silver goes back in the past 10 years with Shadow, and guess what? Shadow transfer. Yay! He and Shadow are the ones that saved Elise 10 years prior, and that's why Elise, when she sees Sonic, imagines Silver in the opening. So the game comes full circle. I'm not here to point out the plot holes, gaping plot holes, but then again, it all ends with Silver going back to his own time and facing the truth, or Iblis. However you want to say this, it's up to you.
Here we go. Oh, wait. There's a last story, isn't it? There's always a last story.
While I have a lot to say on the negatives of this game, let me finish this. There is one final story where it takes place when Mephiles and Iblis fuse to become Solaris, the final boss, and it messes up time.
But before that,
Sonic dies. Yep, dies.
What? Why?
Moving on. Now our heroes have to get all the Chaos Emeralds to save Sonic, which causes you to use all the buddies to get them. I really don't like this part, due to the fact that you have to go through all the sections of all the levels like a patchwork. It's not good. No, but really, I feel as though Sonic Adventure 1, 2 Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog did this better. Simple. They open up a whole new level and new content just for the end level. It all leads to a cringy scene in this game though, with Elise kissing Sonic. To call it weird is not lying. But once you get past that, you get to use Super Sonic, Shadow, and Silver in a boss fight slightly comparable to Bio-Lizard from Adventure 2. After Sonic gets back in time with Elise after they defeat him because of some mumbo jumbo time stuff, to when Solaris was a candle flicker. Yes, he was a candlelight. Weird, isn't it? To prevent this whole situation from escalating, they decide to blow out the candle, with Elise crying about if they do this. Well, she kind of gets sad that will she remember Sonic after this, and she doesn't want to forget Sonic, and it's which in turns means she would rather the world be in danger than to forget Sonic.
Bring me Sonic.
I know you noticed I skipped stupid stuff just for the moment. Now it's time for the negatives of the game. Let's begin. I said earlier that Sonic has the simplest story and gameplay, right? I also saved one detail. The speed sections, where Sonic goes fast in a rail runner section. Unfortunately, these moments are horseshit and glitched as f***. The speed section in Wave Ocean is so bad, I died 3 times for 0 reason. And to make it worse, Sonic has no invincibility frames, so 2 hits, f***ing dead. The Crisis City speed section is even bigger horse. More deaths, more bullshit deaths. Also, Sonic has some horrid glitches. Most noticeable, the beginning of Wave Ocean. You have to be precise as f***. Then there is that infamous Silver boss fight. That bullshit glitchy. You can get stuck in an infinite loop off of bullshit. Then there's Elise. This chick has mental issues. How do you get kidnapped more than twice? What? And let's explore her better. Did you know that if she cries, she unleashes Iblis, which was sealed into her 10 years ago from her dad? Wow, 10 years. 10 years without crying. How? I would have had her step barefoot on some Legos. Logic, right?
Bring me Shadow.
Okay, let's communicate on how Shadow works for Gun. It doesn't add up. He hates Gun, last I saw. But skipping Shadow the Hedgehog the game, in Sonic Adventure 2, Gun killed Maria. If he forgave everybody, he would not work for Gun. What the logic? Also, the beginning of Kingdom Valley for Shadow is the biggest pile of you have to navigate. There is a set of towers that will fall on you and instantly one hit kill you. So, guess what? Yay! Also, he also has to fight Silver in another area of the game, which is also bullshit. It's the same bullshit as Sonic's bullshit, and it's even more bullshit. Thank you.
Bring me Silver.
Okay, I did say I like Silver's character art a lot. While true, why can't Silver move faster than an even stroll? Not even a brisk pace, unless you get his air dash. But the bar runs out. So yeah, why do you have to get close to fucking enemies to slap them? Fixed when Silver gets his multi-grab upgrade. Also, his levels can take forever. Silver moves slow as hell. Now let's talk about that stupid billiards puzzle. You have a limited time to smack the ball. Now add holes. The fact that there are holes is bullshit. Good thing for clipping, so you can just clip through the door and completely ignore it.
Bring me the game as a
The loading times are Why do I need to complete the side missions when it takes forever to load them? I'll tell you, they grant rings so you can buy the power-ups. But what the is wrong with the loading times in this game? Why the does it have to load a mission the way it does? Let me tell you what. Here's how the missions go. You talk to a person, it loads, they explain the mission, it loads, you start the mission. Oh, you want to go fight a boss? You have the cutscene, it loads, you see the boss doing a pose or something, and then it loads again, and then you fight the damn boss. Why is this in the game? Why did they even do it like this? I get that they did not completely finish the game, and I would have loved for them to finish this game, because it would have been a fantastic game. But why? Let's just say that this is a baffling decision, considering that Sonic Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, and Shadows did not do this at all. They didn't even load like this. There would be a boss, it would be one loading something, and then you fight the boss, and it doesn't load after that, unless they skip a scene. In fact, Sonic Adventure 2, the first boss in the game just immediately loads. You see a cutscene, and you fight him. You don't even have to wait through a loading time. It's an instantaneous fight. Why the did they do this? I don't even think that was a...
Look, guys. While I do not hate Sonic 06 outright, I actually do like the game, and you'll probably hear this come from me a million times. I actually like Sonic 06. Like, not gonna lie to you, it's a pretty fun game for me to play sometimes, and I can generally see what they were trying to do and what they didn't do, what they failed to do, all that type of stuff. That's why I can't actively defend it as much as I want to. Like, I want to defend the game, but I can't. There are too many parts of the game that is universally banned. Before, even if I try to defend it, I'll look kind of like an idiot. So, that being said, I'm not gonna rate the game. I'm just gonna tell you, I like the game. I personally do. To me, it's like a dirty diamond in the rough. One day, a mod is going to fix the game wholeheartedly. Hell, half the problems with the game are going to be fixed in this modder's tree. I wish I was a modder. I literally would take out the loading times, or cut them back to this. I don't know, stop you from switching to the other character in another character story mode, which is dumb. kind of alter the story a lot of it, you know, just alter it slightly. Kind of change the fact that Elise can't cry, and she hasn't cried for 10 years, which to me is not a believable thing at all. Probably alter the story, cutscenes to make Elise only kidnapped once, not a million times. You know, small stuff, you know. And whatever. That being said, guys, I wonder what my next review will be. One second. As you can see, guys, I have a case here. This case is... Huh. Where did it go? You know what? I'll see you guys next time.